This is Shenmue for the Dreamcast. And it's the greatest game of all fucking time.
Yeah, it's a video game. Yeah, it's definitely a video game. You got your new game, you got your load, you can continue, you can do anything.
That's what makes it so great, man. New game.
It even tells you what you can do to avoid damaging your game file.
Let's turn it off. Should we turn it off?
No.
Should I remove the memory card?
Shenmue is an 80-block game. This is intense shit.
Yeah, it's really
it saves
taking a while.
every game. I forget, like, does this game go for an entire year, or do you, like, does it give you an automatic game over slightly before a year happens? Because it comes, a lot of people don't know, it reaches a point where the game's antagonist just comes back and kills you if you wait around too long.
Yeah, I had to YouTube that because I had no idea.
Yeah,
he just, and it's just this weird cutscene with a black background, and he just kicks you to death and you die.
Yep. Which you gotta wonder, like, there's a point you can get to where, like if you haven't, like, gotten the forklift job by a certain point, then you're just like, if you have 3 days to beat the game, you're not gonna beat the game.
You're fucked, yeah, but you really gotta try not to beat the game for that to happen.
Yeah, I think the longest it took me to beat it my first time was like 4 months.
Oh shit, look at those fish.
In-game
They don't even know
form.
what's happening. Ine-san!
The fish are always the last to know.
Why didn't the fish stop this from happening?
Ryo-san, I'm all right.
So this game, when it came out, fucking incredible graphics.
Oh yeah, the way this game looked. And I mean, the faces and the facial animation are still pretty good, pretty impressive. They look awkward sometimes, but like on the main character, Ryo especially, like, it looks pretty okay.
Yeah.
Like,
this is still a
they
cool
pulled off
looking
what they're going
game.
for.
They made a convincing world too. Like it's just really cool exploring. But then GTA came out and let you kill people while exploring. It's not nearly as nuanced as this game, so this still has some merit, but it can get kind of boring sometimes.
Oh yeah. The GTA thing's a really interesting comparison because GTA is not as detailed, but it's more fun.
Yeah.
But this game's just so... interesting just for all the things there are to see. Whereas GTA is not really interesting. It's just fun. And we mean Grand Theft Auto 3.
You get to
I
drive
think we need to
around.
specify that this came out just before Grand Theft Auto 3, not 5, not 4, 3.
See, this shit gets real right here, man.
Oh man, there's a guy in a dress.
Fucking
Why is he wearing a
Ron,
dress? Don't he know?
He's got a ponytail too.
Wait a minute, maybe that's a woman. No, that's a man.
No, he's got a scar. He can't be a
Only
girl.
men have scars.
Yeah.
Wait, does that mean Rio's a girl? No, he's got a band-aid. He's a boy. Boys have band-aids, men have scars.
So the greatest part about this game is the voice actor for Ryo. I think it really makes the game. Like, if anybody else did it, it'd be weird. Mm-hmm. Though playing the Japanese version of 2 was interesting.
Yeah.
Like having the subtitles. Like, I don't know,
He still sounded pretty stoic. Astounded.
He's still, like, you can pick out the same phrase over and over again. Like, there's nothing lost in translation. He still says "see you" over and over again in the second game.
It's still
to where
awkward.
you can pick it up.
Ryo is a very awkward young boy, and it's probably because his father dies here. Spoiler alert.
Ryo. Why, Ryo?
Why is this angry, scarred woman doing this?
How often you ask? I'll never tell.
This game was really ahead of its time, though. Like,
Super was.
You've got to appreciate that this big dramatic cutscene is happening at a time when big dramatic cutscenes weren't such a thing.
Yeah, because didn't Metal Gear Solid come out just like a year before this, or like right around this
A year
time?
before. If you go by the Japanese release date, it was about a year before this. Yeah.
They put so much money into this game.
Oh, too much. Too much money.
Too much, but
Wait.
too much that it like sunk Sega. But
It's buried.
at the same time, I mean,
Under the cherry tree.
it's a game that's its legacy is gonna live on forever.
Yeah.
I mean, and you look at the thing, you look at the titles of of like what games need a sequel, and this is always like one of the top 5. Like Shenmue needs some closure.
Yeah, and I thought it had dropped over the past like 5 years, but apparently a few months ago, even Microsoft was talking about like, yeah, we'd like to do Shenmue again. It's like, really? You're not losing enough money? Okay. Fuck. You know, if he hadn't died, Hazuki Sr. would have been a pretty cool dude.
Yeah, maybe if they made Shenmue 3, Ryo would have some flashbacks to like, his dad being a badass in the dojo.
He has flashbacks in this one.
Does he? I don't remember that.
At least 1 or 2. Like, I think it's when you're in the dojo. He remembers being taught some moves or something.
Oh, cool.
I could be making that up. It's been like 7 or 8 years since I played this.
Yeah. Hey, Lon D, you only got one of the mirrors, you dumbass. What an idiot. What an idiot. He needs both the mirrors. He's not going to get them.
That wacky guy. That Londi, he's just a swell guy once you get to know him.
He just likes kicking and punching. Who can fault you for wanting to kick and punch?
Father.
Save him, Ryo. Give him CPR.
Do something, you useless piece of protagonist.
For leaving you alone. What are you saying?
Help Ine-san.
This is the first of many examples of Ryo being very slow.
Oh boy,
What are you saying?
He
What
is
are you saying?
borderline mentally challenged, but we love him all that much more for it. Just look at that
Close
face.
to you. No.
What a naive, handsome boy.
He is handsome though. It's too bad about his dad. But that
What does he do with
is
him? I mean, does he have to go fucking bury him?
Well, you see, when somebody dies, they have this
They
thing
just
called
cut away.
a funeral. And at funerals, everybody drinks and sings, and they really remember their best memories of the person who has passed. Because really, if somebody passes, they don't want anybody to feel bad for them. So it's fun. It's a funeral.
Oh yeah, I've heard of those.
I think they just do that in Japan, though.
See, they just cut away to 4 days later. It's like a freaking cop-out.
And he's done mourning. He's like, I'm over it. I'm gonna go get some capsule toys.
Except no, he wants to find out who killed his father. The day the snow turned to rain.
Well, we're gonna hear about the day
vice
the snow
versa?
turned to rain and the rain turned to snow. We're gonna hear about these days. I don't think we need to tease it too much. It's gonna be a focus of attention here.
Oh, Ine-san got a letter, man.
For Hazuki-sensei.
Oh, it's for Hazuki Sensei. That's Ryo. No, or is it Ryo's dad?
It's Ryo's dad. Like,
But Ryo's probably gonna read it, isn't he?
Ryo's not a sensei.
Yeah,
okay,
he's not.
he's a kun or a chan or I don't know what the fuck. Whichever honorary is appropriate for somebody who's a scrub. That's Ryo.
Oh, you gotta figure out Londi's signature moves, Ryo. You gotta learn how to beat him.
I don't think he learned a damn thing.
And then later you gotta learn to beat that fucking freak character that like beats the shit out of you in the arcade.
Yes. That's spoilers. Oh, that's spoilers. Oh, people don't need to know that. Oh man.
It's called enticing the audience.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah, you want all of you
Which
out
is
there,
great
you want to
because
find out who this freak is.
This
so you're
scene
gonna have to
actually
turn
has
in.
a lot of shadows, so it's really great for foreshadowing.
Yeah. Oh. Fuck off, Londi. You don't want none of this shit.
Londi's awesome.
Here in like 40 hours of gameplay, you still don't get to fight him.
Yeah, you never. I mean, you get to. The best you
One
ever get
day.
to do is see him.
Yeah.
At the end of the second game, you see him. And that's pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty cool because by the end of the second game, you're starting to think, I'm never going to see this motherfucker again. I'm doing this other shit, and my dad's just dead, and I don't know why I'm in China. But right now, you're in Japan, and you have no idea.
I'm gonna call the fire department right now. 119.
Do it.
Where's the telephone?
Do it. Get to that telephone. Okay, so we're in control of the game now. It's a little awkward how it controls, but it's also pretty cool.
The D-pad is weird. You have to use the D-pad to move, and the analog stick you can look around, because the Dreamcast doesn't have 2 analog sticks like fancy-pantsy bullshit now.
Nope. It's got a D-pad, 1 analog stick above the D-pad, and then 4 face buttons and 2 triggers. And so yeah, the game's got tank controls, and the camera kind of just follows slowly behind the back of Rio.
You should still be resting.
Shut the fuck up.
It's been
Ine-san.
4 days, woman. He's rested enough.
I just got punched in the gut. That's it.
Yes. But
Give me
I'm
some
not so
ramen.
busy. Otherwise, I'll get depressed.
I understand.
One thing about Ine-san, she gets depressed a lot.
She's awful worried about Rio's health. Which I guess she should be. There's a psychopathic maniac that's trying to find these 2 mirrors.
That's fair. I mean, some motherfucker just walked in.
Yeah.
Didn't even have guns. He just beat the head of the household to death. Barehanded. Actually, yeah, that's scary. That's really scary. I feel sorry for these people.
He drove up in that intimidating black car, too.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I mean, when you do that, people, you're already scared to death. Fuck.
Yeah, man.
Black car, karate master coming out of it.
And it was the day the snow turned to rain, or the rain turned to snow. Something turned to a different form of precipitation. And that's, whew.
What is it, Y button? How do I get to this fucking... No, don't look at the watch. Why is it taking so long?
Oh, the game loads a lot sometimes. Are we freezing? No. No.
Why did I click this button?
Give it time. This is an old Dreamcast. They're old systems. Sometimes they need a little bit extra time to read. Just a little bit. No.
The music's still going.
Yeah, see, that's what's so great.
Think we might have to restart.
No. Oh, it's so good.
I have 10,300 yen.